everyone. Thanks for joining us on our second installment of our Breaking Barriers series. Today we're going to be talking about healthy eating, all about food, right? So I'm going to turn it over to Reverend O'Connor to continue to welcome and introduce our two speakers from Cornell. Thank you. Reverend O. Reverend O. Did he leave us? Reverend O'Connor? Did we lose him?
Yeah, I think we might have lost him.
Yeah, I think we lost him. All right. So what I'll do until he comes in, I'll continue to do the welcome. So thank you for joining us. And as I said, we're going to be talking about healthy eating today. And I'm going to open with prayer, and then I will introduce our speakers from Cornell. Oh, here he is at the back. But I'll open in prayer first, and then I'll turn over to Reverend O'Connor. Lord, we thank you for this gathering, Lord. We thank you for everyone who was able to join us this evening for our Breaking Barriers to a Healthy You series. We ask you to guide us as your proceedings this evening. Open our minds, open our hearts to new ideas, to learning new things in how to better take care of the body you have blessed us with. All these things we ask and we give thanks into the ascended Jesus Christ's name. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Good evening, everyone, and welcome. I apologize for being late. I have connectivity issues, but I'm on. It's good to see everyone. We're in this wonderful series called Breaking Barriers for a Better You, right? Tonight we have the extraordinary privilege of having from Cornell Cooperative Extension two tremendous health educators. I'm gonna ask as I name you for you just to wave. So Miss Milithia McLeod, who has been a nutrition educator at Cornell University Cooperative Extension for the past 12 years. She's currently in the position as supervising educator, and she facilitates health and nutrition sessions that meet cultural, social, and educational needs of both youth and adults in the community. We also want to welcome to the session Monica Gopaul, who has worked in the nutrition and health department for the last 20 years. She's also a supervising nutrition educator who has worked with diverse populations in Brooklyn and Queens. She has participated in many projects like parenting education and environmental work throughout the city and throughout the two boroughs. And we welcome Ms. McLeod and Ms. Gopaul to our tremendous workshop, which is both providing critical information as well as offering the opportunity to take new steps in our journey. We also have tonight the special privilege of hearing from someone who has made a life change. Our series is about taking one step at a time, making one change at a time. And Kimberly Anderson went on a weight loss program, a holistic weight loss program, and it's just changed her life. And in one of the groups, she will share her testimony. So like last week, you had a real treat tonight. It's another opportunity to sharing something really special, and even more than that, to give each person a chance to take a step for themselves. And so please welcome Ms. McLeod, Ms. Gopaul, and Ms. Anderson, and thank them for their willingness to share with us this evening. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. I'm here.
Okay, ladies, go right ahead.
All right, so good evening, everyone. Thank you for having us here tonight, and we're so excited to be here and sharing this great information with all of you guys. Melita, you want to say anything?
No, thank you. Thank you. I really, really appreciate you having us here. And I hope some of the information that we are going to share with you will, of course, be beneficial to you and your family in making and taking healthy steps and in a healthy lifestyle.
Good evening, everyone. I'm glad to be here as well. I'm so excited to share with you about this amazing weight loss system that I just did. And I'm happy to be here tonight. Am I going first?
No, so I'm gonna share my screen. All right, so again, welcome to Healthy Eating, presented by Monica Gopaul and Milithia McLeod. So where have you seen this photo before? You can unmute yourself and just call out maybe 2 or 3 places where you've seen this.
Doctor's office.
Yeah, definitely. Anyone else? Okay, so you
on
have
my
seen this-
fridge,
I'm sorry?
on my fridge door.
Yes, definitely, right? You might see it on some package, some canned products, some cereal boxes, or some bread package. And what this is just a guide to what we should be eating every day. And again, it's just a guide. It's not saying what you have to eat. It's just a recommendation. So in this food group, in this pyramid, it is 5 food groups that we need to eat from every day. And the first one is vegetables. So vegetables is kind of hard for us to get into our diet every day. And we need a certain amount of vegetables every day. So according to the Choose My Plate, vegetables, they want us to vary your veggies. Any vegetable or 100% vegetable juice count as a member of the vegetable group. Any amount counts, even if it's just a bite, it still counts. We want you to fill half your plates with fruits and vegetables. The second group is fruits, and we want you to focus on fruits. Whole fruit is preferable to juice, but any fruit counts. Fresh, frozen, canned, 100% fruit, or dried. So again, any type of fruit that you're consuming counts. Fill half of your plate with fruits and vegetables. Grains. Sorry, just let me move you guys out of the way. So grains. Make half your grains whole. Read labels to find more whole grain foods like whole wheat, oatmeal, and brown rice. Then we talk about protein. Vary with proteins. Keep portions to 1/4 of the plate. Nuts, beans, peas, seeds, poultry, lean meat, seafood, soy, and eggs are all in this group, including peanut butters or any type of nut butters. And the last one is a dairy. Get your calcium-rich food. Remember to choose skim milk or 1% milk. Try non-fat yogurt and keep choices low in fats, sodium, and sugar. So how much of these food groups do we actually need every day? Do you think you get enough of the groups? Let's find out. So for vegetable, we need to eat at least 2.5 cups every day. 2.5 cups. Is that a lot? It sounds a lot, but it's really not. What counts as a cup? 1 cup of raw or cooked vegetables or vegetable juice, 2 cups of leafy salad greens like kale, spinach, or mustard greens. Then we have fruits. We need to eat at least 2 cups every day. So think about it. Do you think you get 2 cups of fruits every day? Well, it counts as a cup of fruit. So 1 cup of raw or cooked cooked fruit or 100% fruit juice, 1/2 cup of dry fruit. And for grains, we want you to eat at least 6 ounces every day, making half of that whole grains, right? So what counts as an ounce? 1 slice of bread counts as an ounce. 1 slice, 1/2 cup of cooked rice, cereal, or pasta. 1 ounce of ready-to-eat cereal. Do you think you get 6 ounces or do you think you get more? Think about that. For poultry, for protein, eat 5.5 ounces every day. What counts as an ounce? 1 ounce of lean meat, poultry, fish, 1 egg, 1 tablespoon of peanut butter, 1/2 ounce of nuts or seeds, 1/4 cup beans or peas. So think about it. Do you think you get 5.5 ounces? Or do you think you get more than 5.5 ounces? So if we order rice and beans and chicken, is that getting too much in 1 serving? What do you think about that? For the dairy group, we want you to get at least 3 cups every day. What counts as a cup would be 1 cup of milk, yogurt, or fortified soy milk, 1.5 ounce of natural or 2 ounce processed cheese. Now, let's kind of move this thing out of the way. Sorry, guys. Okay. So we want you to look out for salt or sodium in foods you buy. Compare sodium in foods and choose those with a low number. Drink water instead of sugary drinks. Eat sugary dessert less often. Make foods that are high in solid fats, such as cakes, cookies, ice cream, pizza, cheese, sausages, and hot dogs, occasional choices, not everyday food. And limit empty calories to less than 260 per day based on a 2,000 calorie diet. So what about physical activity? Doesn't that count too? We want you to be physically active your way. Pick activities you like and do each for at least 10 minutes at a time. Every bit adds up. So even if you're walking for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, it helps. And health benefits increase as you spend more time being active. Adults should get 2 hours and 30 minutes or more a week of activity that requires moderate effort, such as brisk walking. Children and adolescents, they need to get at least 60 minutes or more a day. How active are you? Are you active for 30 minutes per day, 60 to 90 minutes per day, or 60 minutes or more per day? So I'm going to stop sharing here and I'm going to invite you to share how active you are. So how active are you? And what are some of those activities? You can unmute yourself and share with us.
For me, it absolutely depends on the day. It changes all the time. Sometimes I go for walks, and sometimes I'm cooking a lot and doing a lot of things around the house.
Okay.
But some days I'm doing very little. So I qualify in it depends on the day.
Yes. And that 2.5 hours for the week can add up to just 30 minutes a day. And you can break that up to 10 minutes slots. So 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes at lunchtime, and 10 minutes at dinner time. All right. Anyone else? Thank you for sharing. Anyone else?
I walk 3 miles at least 5 times a week.
Good.
In the mornings, every day. Or, sometimes I do cycling or other exercises, but I'm very active all week.
Great. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing. All right. Malita?
Okay. Thank you very much, Monica. Those were some very good information and great tips. So now that Monica told you how you should be eating and how much you should be consuming, we are going to be talking about ways you can save money on some of the foods that you are going to be purchasing. But first, we are going to start with a little activity, and feel free to unmute yourself and answer these questions. If you want to put it in the chat box, it's absolutely fine as well. So the first question is, the first statement is, I feel best about buying foods when? Who can tell me? How do you feel best about buying? When do you feel best about buying foods? Feel free to unmute yourself.
Hi, I'd like to answer. I'd say
Sure.
when I've made a list and when I'm not hungry.
When I have a list and when I'm not hungry, absolutely. Because when you're hungry, you tend to impulse buy. You buy the foods that aren't needed, absolutely. All right, thank you. Who else wants to share?
When it's on sale.
When it's on sale. Right, thank you. That's a really good one. Thank you very much for sharing. So let's move on to the next one. Sometimes I buy a food because
it's on sale.
It's on sale. And sometimes that's not always the best buy. But yes, sometimes we do buy the food because we just see it on sale. Okay, what else? Sometimes I buy a food because
It's in the chat as when supply is low.
when supply is low, and that is very, very important. Thank you very much. I cannot see the chat box, so if anyone else can see it, please let me know. To improve my buying practices, I would like to. What would you like to do to improve your buying practices?
Plan better.
Plan better, absolutely. What else? To improve my buying practices, I would like to.
Just like we were told what's best to buy and what's not best to buy.
Exactly. Thank you very much for sharing. Okay, next one, a food I don't buy because it's too expensive. So that is not going to be on your list because it is too expensive. I do not buy it. What food would that be?
Lobster.
Salmon.
Lobster, salmon. Those things are very expensive. Yes. Anything else?
Organic is in the chat as well.
Organic foods, absolutely. Anything else? For me, I would say lobster and salmon as well. Sometimes I do buy them, but they're not usually on my list because they're pretty pricey. Okay, so steak, yes, yes, absolutely.
How about bacon? At least where I live, bacon's expensive, and I stopped buying it for that reason.
Bacon is very expensive. Some butters are really expensive. I went to the grocery store today and I saw butter. Whew, very, very expensive. So sometimes we tend not to buy those things, or they're not always on our grocery list. Okay. All right. So people plan meals in many different ways. However, planning ahead of time can help stretch food dollars and make healthy choices easier in busy lives. So why plan meal? Why is it important for us to plan our meals? Planning meals helps us to save time. Planning helps us make sure we have all foods needed for meals and snacks before running out of food at home. Planning also helps avoid repeated trips to the supermarket. Planning helps us save money. Before purchasing, we can take advantage of searching for weekly specials and coupons. Or we also have the loyalty cards that we can use. Taking a shopping list saves money because we don't buy foods that aren't needed. Getting started with a plan. So before you decide to make a list and before you decide to know what you're going to buy to the store, think about what your family needs and see what foods you need to make meals and snacks for a few days. Use current grocery store weekly flyers to see which foods are on sale and plan meals, or you can plan meals for the entire week. Vegetables and fruits in season usually cost less and it tastes better. So we're in the spring. You can Google fruits and vegetables that are grown in the springtime. They will cost a lot cheaper than the fruits and vegetables that might be grown in the, let's say, fall. Okay, summer fruits and vegetables would be things like peaches, strawberries. Those things would be a lot cheaper. Okay. Keep a list of your favorite family meals. Use this often, but not so often as to not tire your family. Making a shopping list. Write down the foods and amount needed for family meals and snacks. Check the refrigerator, freezer, and cupboard. I like to say, shop in your pantry, shop at home first before you go to the grocery store, because we have many times that we go to the grocery store and we come back and then we see the thing that we just purchased in your house already. And then that's just wasting money, right? So plan to use the oldest food first. So basically what that means, the foods that you already have in your house, and you are actually purchasing new ones, you want to use the old food first and then use the old one after, because you don't want the foods that were there before to be expired. And that's another way where you can waste money. Okay, so be sure to take the list and coupons to the store with you. Okay, now we have our telephones. We don't necessarily have to write it down on a list. Some people say, oh, I forgot my shopping list. So you can absolutely put your shopping list on your phone. No one forgets their phone. So we have no reason why we should forget our to take our grocery list when we go into the grocery store. So do you want to learn more about our Cornell session? Our program runs for 6 to 8 weeks, once a week for about an hour and a half to 2 hours. And you must attend a session, at least 6 sessions, to receive a certificate from Cornell University. So we have 3 curriculums that we're currently working with. Eating Smart, Being Active, we call it ESBA. And we have Healthy Children, Healthy Family. And we also have Choose Health, Food, Fun, and Fitness. And this curriculum is geared towards children. Okay. So we want to thank you for listening to us. And if you want to find out more about the program, and if you are working at an agency and think that this is something that you want to do for your agency and for your family, feel free to contact myself, Milithia, and Monica. Our information is below. So what questions do you have?
Hi. I drink a lot of almond milk, but I see that wasn't on the schedule. Is that something that you should not be drinking?
Monica, do you want to do that?
So, yeah, sure. So almond milk is another way of getting your calcium. So if you're not drinking regular cow milk, which you're going to get the calcium from drinking it, almond milk is definitely a choice for you to drink it. The only thing is it's fortified with calcium and you have to vigorously shake the container to mix in that calcium. Because sometimes when you finish it, all that big gluey clunk is on the bottom of the container. That's all the calcium. But it's okay. As long as you're getting your 3 cups, it's fine. But most people who are lactose intolerant or cannot tolerate milk does go for almond or soy milk.
And they do have oat milk as well, oat milk and rice milk and coconut milk as well. Mm-hmm. What other questions do you have?
Look, can you speak in terms of the fruits? I know even though the fruits have sugar, it's natural sugar. And I know some people like bananas and stuff have a lot of sugar. Can you speak to the sugar in the fruits and what the intake or what fruit has more sugar?
So fruits, going back to Choose My Plate, it's a recommendation and it gives you an outline of what and how much of it you should be eating. So for a fruit, we need 2 cups every day. So a variety of fruits is definitely recommended. We don't really go into talking about how much sugar is in it because we were trying to get everyone to stay within that recommended amount, which is 2 cups per day. It can be a cup of bananas in the morning, a cup of orange in the afternoon, and that's your 2 cups. We tend to go over the serving of fruits by juice or smoothies that we drink. And that can be going over your serving, which is okay because it's still fruits and vegetables. Fruits and vegetables, that natural sugar in there, that's not going to harm your body. The only thing is we have to worry about the added sugar.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I saw that you had snack down when you were talking about your grocery list. Now, are you considering snack as your fruit and vegetables?
Yes, so fruits and vegetables are considered snack. I know when we say snack, we think chips and cookies and all the other good, not so good stuff. But absolutely, fruits and vegetables are considered healthy snacks. So it doesn't have to be your chips and your cookies. Okay, I think I saw a question in the chat box. You said choose products with a lower sodium content. What is considered high sodium? Do you want me to do that, or Monica?
You can go ahead.
So when you are reading your nutrition fact labels, you want to make sure that your sodium content is in the single digits. So 5% and under would be great per serving. So once it's in the double digits, in the teens and the 20s and the 30s and the 40s and the 50s and sometimes 60%, you want to limit those things as much as possible. But what you can do, for example, if you're using canned fruits and vegetables, which we can definitely get our vitamins and minerals from, you want to rinse it out. Okay, so rinsing it out would help reduce some of the amount of sodium and sugar that would be in some of those canned products. And look at the nutrition fact labels, read it, choose low sodium products as well.
Can you explain a little more the food chart at the back of the cans?
The nutrition fact label?
Yeah.
So can you pull up a nutrition fact label? Okay.
Yep, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
But go ahead, talk. You can start talking about it.
Okay, so the nutrition fact label consists of different categories. So on the top, we have the serving size, serving per container, and we have calories, I believe, and then we have all the nutrients, fats, we have sodium, we have sugar, et cetera, et cetera. So on the serving size basically means how much that individual should be consuming. A lot of the times we would look at, thank you, this one, maybe the next one. A lot of times we would look at the nutrition fact label and we would eat the entire thing that is in the label. Got it?
It kind of started from the beginning.
Next one.
Oh, sorry, this is.
No worries. No worries.
It's
So
not
yes, on the nutrition fact labels, the serving size basically tells you how much one individual should be consuming. So if we look at a nutrition fact label and it says serving size half a cup, it basically means out of that package, one person should be consuming half a cup, not the entire package. So let's say you're living by yourself and it says serving size half a cup, but serving per container 6. So what that means, you can either have that particular product maybe for the next 6 days, or you can share it with someone else instead of you eating the entire package. So whenever you look at the nutrition fact label and you look at calories as well, calories also tells you per serving. So if you see total calories 200 and the serving size is half a cup, that means there are 200 calories in only half a cup. Okay, so before I got into nutrition, I used to look at the package of chips and see, oh, 300 calories and eat the entire package, and not realizing that it is per serving. So we have to be very, very careful. And also all the numbers that you see in the back of the labels, for example, with sodium content, sugar, fats, etc., it's also per serving. It's not for the entire package, unless it says the entire package or it says one bottle.
Okay, so I just found it, so I'm just going to share it with you guys. So this here is what we call the nutrition fact label. And Milithia was talking about with the sodium, you're looking for that 5% or below, and that's in the daily value here. So anytime that you're looking for a low sodium content food, you want to look in this middle, this right side here for the daily value, and it should be 5% or less. And of course, what she was mentioning about the calories is on the top, very top, it tells you what's a serving. And this one serving, again, goes for this whole label. And serving per container, you will get 2 in the container, so you will times this by 2. And all of this is also one of the topics that we talk about through in our series. So if you would like more information and you want to learn more about healthy eating and nutrition, definitely give us a call and we'll come out and do more for you.
I think there's another question in the chat box. I'm sorry. It says, how much sodium is too much for processed foods? So again, like Monica just showed you, we want to make sure that in the processed food, you want to look for the single digit, 5% and below. Okay, and for Hispanic and African American, we should be consuming less than 1,500 milligrams of sodium per day. And 1,500 milligrams is less than a teaspoon of sodium. So when we cook our rice and we add a teaspoon of salt in our rice, we're actually, that's the total amount of sodium that we should be consuming for the day. If you alone eat that entire pot of rice, I don't know how much you might be consuming, but think about it. A teaspoon of salt is not a lot, but if you were to eat a fried chicken, it may consume way more sodium than a teaspoon of salt, right? So we have to be very careful. Serving size for nuts is 1/4 cup. So this, I don't know if you can see this, this is a 1/4 cup.
And that 1/4 cup counts as 1 ounce.
1 ounce.
And we need 5.5 ounces of protein every day.
So it says, can you review grains and how much we should be eating?
So grains, we need 6 ounces for the day, right? So 6 ounces for the day. So when we think about grains and we think about foods that we're eating, if we're having a sandwich, we're having top and bottom bread. That's 2 ounces, depending on if it's a pre-sliced bread already or if you make the bread and you cut it yourself. Our slices that we cut can be bigger than 1 ounce. That 6 ounces, we need to have at least 3 ounces of that needs to be whole grain, like brown rice, whole wheat bread, quinoa, any other type of whole grains that you use, oatmeal or bulgur. Those are considered whole grains. So it's recommended that we have at least half of our grains. So 3 out of that 6 is definitely recommended. If we're going to have a bagel, 1 bagel can equal almost 5 slices of bread. 5 slices of bread is definitely almost 6 ounces. So thinking about it, if you have that 6 ounce, that bagel in the morning, you're only down to 1 ounce for the rest of the day. And thinking about it, you have breakfast, you have lunch, dinner. If you ate the bagel in breakfast, are you going to have that chips, the corn chips for snack? Are you going to have the fried chicken with the breading on it? You know, thinking about that, right? So your grains can definitely add up real quick. And if you're having a muffin from Costco, those big muffin, definitely that's about 4 slices of bread. So we definitely go over our servings. Definitely when you're eating rice, half a cup is definitely a recommended amount of serving size. Half a cup of oatmeal, definitely. Ready to eat cereal is 1 cup. And pasta, of course, is, again, we love our spaghetti. It should only be half a cup.
And Monica, I know some people might be thinking, oh, I like bagels, but I eat whole wheat bagel. Does that consider 5 slices? Absolutely. So whether you eat that whole wheat bagel or not, it's still considered 5 slices. Or you might be thinking, oh, well, I like raisin bagel. Is that considered 5 ounces? Absolutely.
Yes.
Is that the same for regular whole wheat bread versus white bread?
So of course, so any pre-sliced bread, 1 slice is a serving. The only difference is in the whole wheat bread is that it has more fiber than the white bread. What happens that the fiber makes us feel full. So we might just eat 1 slice of bread compared to the white bread. It's basically just nothing there. So when you eat it, you feel hungry. So you tend to eat more.
Those are some great questions, Monica.
Yeah, great. What other questions do you guys have?
I think another question came up. It says, feeding teenagers, this balance is tough to maintain. What about satisfying hungers? Are the rules different for active teenage boys, for example? Absolutely, the rules are different. And the rules are different for male and female as well. Not everyone needs, like Monica was giving you an example based on a 2,000 calorie diet. So not everyone needs 2,000 calorie diet. So if I'm very, very physically active, like you just give an example for a teenage boy, that teenage boy would need more calories. That is very physically active would definitely need more calories than a female that is very physically active as well. So it differs for male, female, men, women. So you can go to choosemyplate.gov to find out some more information about that. You can put in your age, your level of physical activity, male or female, and they would give you a breakdown on how many calories that you should be consuming. And they would even give you some tips and ideas on what foods you can consume to make up the calories as well.
And
You're very welcome, Mimi.
Keep in mind that not everybody needs 2,000 calories. So that 2,000 calories, I may need less, and that 6 ounces of grains may be too much for me as well.
Definitely.
Is there any other question?
Oh, I have a few. It says, how about modification for diabetics or those with kidney issue? Is it better to use sugar substitute or just rely on natural sugar? So, Monica, you want to go ahead?
So for diabetics, we usually tell the patients to please refer to your physician and stay within his guidelines. We don't touch on diabetic, but what we do recommend is that staying within the choose my plate, and usually it's half of the recommended amount for diabetics than it is for someone who doesn't have diabetes.
And there was the next question. Is the formula for juicing the same as a serving?
So remember I said any amount of fruits and vegetable count, even 100% fruit juice. And again, if you only need 2.5 cups of fruits or vegetables a day and 2 cups of fruit a day, sometimes when we juice, we tend to have a mug or maybe a big glass, a gulp of juice, and that can be overdoing it. And that's where the sugar will come in.
How do you know if it's 100% fruit juice?
So if you are making the juice yourself, definitely you know what you're putting in there, right? Your apples, your carrots, your kale, your spinach. Definitely you're blending that up and you're drinking 1 cup as a serving, or maybe you want to have your whole 2.5 cups right there. You have your 2.5 cups for the day. If you're buying juices from the store, you want to make sure it's on the label as 100% fruit juice, not 100% vitamin A or C. It has to be 100% fruit juice. Okay. Milithia, you want to touch on that?
No, you did. You're fine. But you know what? Maybe
Yes,
I can add.
I want to ask it backwards. Can I ask? The labelers trick us, and so I'm trying to get to what are some of the statements which say that this is not real?
Oh, maybe I could add. For example, when you're choosing juices and you see anything that says aid, like orange aid or punch, they are not considered 100% juice. And like Monica said, when you look at the nutrition fact label, right on the top, it will tell you, it actually tells you, I am only 5% juice. Don't drink me. Okay. Or it says I'm 100% juice on the nutrition fact label. And plus look at the ingredients list as well to see what is in the drink that you're consuming.
Right. And to add to what Milithia is saying, cocktail is not 100% fruit juice. And also a drink is not 100% fruit juice. So when you see those words on there like cranberry cocktail, it's definitely not 100% fruit juice.
Okay. So if there are no more questions, any more questions? We'll go one last questions for the healthy eating professionals from Cornell. If not, I'm going to toss it to Kim, who's just going to give a little intro before we go to the breakout rooms. of what she's going to talk about.
Okay. Okay. Hi, again, my name is Kim Anderson, and I just went through an amazing weight loss journey. It's called the 40-Day Turn Up, and it was led by Dr. Joseph Williams. So I'm just going to give you a brief summary of what I did, what the program consists of. I began the 40-day turn up process on Monday, February 8th, 2021. I weighed in at 193.3 with a blood pressure reading of 139/91. And over the past 9 years, I have been trying to get my weight under control, but nothing worked. I have tried every program you can mention: Weight Watchers, green smoothie cleanses, Dr. Ian, everything. But nothing never seemed to work. I never incorporated the regimens as a lifestyle change, right? I will lose the weight, but it will always come back. The 40-day turn up process not only teaches you how to incorporate and implement a clean eating nutritional profile to lose the weight quickly, it changes your mindset on how you would think about food, which enables you to keep going when the 40 days are over. Okay, there was approximately 4 weeks between our pre-orientation and our kickoff. And in between that time, Dr. Joe, he informed us of all the tools that we would need. We needed a food scale, a blood pressure monitor, vitamins, supplements, detox juice, which was everything that we needed to, was requirements to be in the process. And after the kickoff on February 8th, we had weekly weigh-ins, weekly master classes, scheduled village chats, and impromptu Facebook live sessions with Dr. Joe. And in these meetings is where we got the information to teach us how to appreciate good health. And my hunger just grew over time for this knowledge because it was so powerful. He taught us the importance of detoxing, meal balance, meal timing, and the consumption of water, which is very important. So what I learned was that you should be consuming at least half of your body weight in ounces. You should be drinking that daily. And that was very important. The first 2 days of the first week, we detoxed to release our body of all the toxins in our system from unhealthy eating. So I used the Dr. Joe's detox, which he, in his program, if you decide to join, he tells you how to purchase it. But he also have alternatives to his detox because it's fruity. It's a fruit juice. So maybe if you're diabetic, you can't have it. But he has alternatives which you can purchase at Amazon or premium grocery stores like Whole Foods, and they are diabetic friendly. So I followed a meal plan consisting of 4 meals per day, which had to include the 3 macronutrients: carb, fat, protein, carb, and a fat. Weighing our food was very essential. Like you said, you can easily go over the servings if you do not weigh your food. So a food scale is really, really a good tool to have. So for breakfast, I would have like a veggie omelet consisting of maybe 1 or 2 eggs with spinach, kale, tomatoes, mushrooms, stuff like that. And then maybe for lunch, I would have yogurt with nuts, but I made sure to weigh my nuts because those nuts are fatty and high in calories. You saw the serving that you showed, the 1/4, so little, and it's like 200 calories. So it blew my mind. So you have to weigh it, right? And for dinner, I would have fish or chicken baked with roasted veggies like yellow squash, Brussels sprouts, asparagus, bell peppers, things of that such. So I also consumed, I had to consume about 96 ounces of water a day because 193 divided by 2 is about 96, right? So I had to drink that daily. And that is very important because when I started the program, like the 3rd week, the 4th week, I only lost 0.04 ounces. And I was like, wait, I was eating right. I was exercising. What happened? So my leader in the process, she asked me, are you drinking your water? And I'm like, not really. So she was like, you have to drink your water. So I started to consume the water daily and the weight just started coming off. So that's very important. And I exercise daily, burning 400 to 500 calories each session to maintain a caloric deficit. So caloric deficit, you want to be taking in fewer calories than you need, so it can so it will go to the fat that you have stored for the energy that you need for your body, and that will help you lose the weight as well. Right? So there were weekly check-ins and mandatory reportings of our weight and blood pressure and that of such. And we had to have a blood pressure monitor, which is needed so you can report your blood pressure to your leader every Saturday, which was very important because just watching my pressure go down was more encouraging to me, and it helped. Right? We met via Zoom weekly with our team leader, and every participant assigned a buddy from their team for accountability. The first week after following all the steps, I lost 5.7 pounds. Second week, I lost 3.6 pounds. My blood pressure was at 125/87. The final week, I was down 19 pounds and my blood pressure was 117/79. Amazing, with no medication, right? I graduated the process on March 20th, weighing in at 174.3 with a total weight loss of 19 pounds. Today, I weigh 167.1, an additional loss of 7.2 pounds. And I feel absolutely amazing in mind, body, and spirit. So my mind is, well, it transformed everything, not just my body, and not just the superficial aspect of it, everything, mind, body, spirit. My mind is no longer pondering over bad food, right? I'm no longer thinking about all the junk food I can eat. Everything in my head is like healthy eating now. I make wholesome food choices for each meal. When I'm in the grocery store, I am in control. I'm no longer bullied by chips, cakes, and ice creams. I got this when I go to the grocery store. I'm good, right? My body feels lighter and more energized. My clothes fit comfortable. My spirit is calmer. I'm not as anxious as I used to be. I feel less stressed, right? And in a heightened space with the universe. I just feel like I'm one now. Everything just came together for me, right? So that was pretty much my journey. And although the baseline of the process is weight loss, Dr. Joe is a senior pastor at a church in Atlanta, Georgia. And I must profess, his spirit and teaching was divine, as the process was based on a spiritual aspect as well. Sometimes during the classes, he brought church to the folks. His teaching opened up the mind and allows you to receive the word on great health and to not only focus on the superficial benefit, but to know how critical great health is for the mind and spirit well-being. So that was pretty much my journey, but I am here to say that I had an amazing ride with this process, and I hope that you folks are really looking forward to join. But one thing I have to say, the downside is, if you don't have 10 pounds or more to lose, unfortunately, you can't join the process, because it is a weight loss process, he likes to call it. And he wants people that really needs to lose the weight. So 10 pounds or more to lose. But amazing. And you can find him on YouTube. You can Google him. He's amazing. Amazing process. I had a good experience. And that's it.
All right. Thank you, Kim.
You're welcome.
All right. So those persons who signed up to hear more with him, even going to those rooms, we're going to go into the rooms for making our 2 exciting recipes. All right, we're doing the no-cook corn salad and the tuna carrot spread. All right. So, Miss Lucy, are you ready to put us in our rooms?
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. So those of you who signed up and you're here, you'll automatically go to whatever room you said you were interested in. And anybody who's left over, we'll just talk about it. We'll work it out and I'll put you in the room manually. All right. Are we ready to get started, Jackie?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. How long are we going to be in?
I would say right now with 15 to 20 minutes. But
Okay.
we text me and we'll see how each room is going, and then
Okay.
maybe we can stay longer. Depends.
All right, sounds good. You're all invited to your breakout rooms.
I'm not sure how I'm getting into mine.
Oh, yeah, me neither.
Because I didn't have something saying go to the room.
No.
And I'm teaching the class.
No, I don't see. Okay, I see it right now. Okay.
So can you send me to it?
Okay. Hi, Jan. I'm gonna
Hi,
turn on my
Pumpkin.
camera. Hi.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Which breakout room did you want to go to? We've got corn salad, we've got the tuna spread, and we've got weight loss.
I need to go to weight loss.
All right, here you go.
Okay, thanks.
Reverend O'Connor, which one did you want to go to?
Sorry, send me to weight loss, please.
Okay. Kim, how about you?
I guess I'll go to weight loss also.
Okay, good to see you.
Thank you, you too.
And off you go. Okay, Magdalene Lewis, are you there with us?
Yes.
Hi, which breakout room did you want to go to? We've got the corn salad.
Carrots.
Okay, off you go. I'm gonna send you now. Mr. Wahlberg, which room did you want to go?
We did more than the tuna.
No, I didn't do either one. I should have done both. I mean, I want to do both.
Okay.
I have to pick. I don't know. It's hard.
Yeah.
Can you all put the recipes in the chat or somewhere where
No, it's on the website. They're right there to download. Go on the website, Kim. They're
Okay,
right there
because
on the website.
I didn't get any information. I didn't get an email about which group. I didn't get anything. That's why I'm asking. So I'll
I'll put it in the chat. It's fine. Corn salad. Okay.
Okay. All right. No, she want the actual thing. The download. It's Okay.
So if you click on that link, then that will
It's in the chat now. These
It's
are
in the
the
chat.
recipes here. I don't know if you want to take a picture of it as well. It's here.
I
as well.
just did. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
And also, you can also put in see recipes from Cornell Cooperative Extension, New York City, and it will pop up on the internet. Just Google it.
Thank you.
Yeah, but I do want to, I was answering a question when we got pulled, and the question was, how much servings did I make? So with that 1 can of tuna is 3 ounces, the carrot was 1.5 cups, and then the onion was another cup, and so on. So that's a lot. So I'm thinking maybe 6 servings it will make, 6 servings of 1/2 cup. And I know not everybody was in my tuna carrots. I'm just going to show you what it looks like, if you can see.
Colorful.
Oh, it's pretty.
Very colorful.
Very colorful. Yes. So was the no corn salad, no cooked corn salad was very pretty. Brightly colored.
Yes. So that no cooked corn salad also goes with choose my plate. So we kind of reversed it because I did the demonstration for that, and then Milithia did the plan, shop, and save. So this tuna carrots is how we can stretch our food dollars and how we can get more from there.
Well, welcome back, everyone. Welcome back as we gather as a whole group. One of the things I'm thinking about as far as breaking barriers is, like, within all of the presentations tonight, there is it's one change at a time. That's the hashtag, one change at a time. And so within everything that Monica talked about and Milithia talked about and Kim, there was like lots of little one changes. So, you know, from each of their presentations, if you just take one thing, I think it's just huge. So let's check in with the groups and see what one of the, you know, sharing a highlight. So Milithia, what was a highlight from your breakout session?
I would say someone suggesting that they can have the corn salad at a barbecue. And we spoke about some of the things that we can add to the corn salad. So if anyone else wants to add, I remember someone said they can add some chickpeas. Who else wants to add? What would you add to the corn salad?
Out of that group, we got the mango and the peaches.
Mango and the peaches as well.
Add to the corn salad, yeah.
Avocado.
Avocados, yes.
Black beans.
Capers.
And someone said we can do it in a wrap, which is good. So they can get a tortilla wrap, add the avocados, everything inside, and you know, have it that way. They would add. They said that they may not have it with any rice. They can just have it with baked fish or baked chicken. Yeah.
And capers.
Yes.
Putting capers in there.
You can roast the corn. You can roast the corn if you want to, lightly roasted.
I think we've got quite a few cooks in this group. It sounds like you know you're a cook when you start modifying.
For Mimi later on, I think she'll be doing that recipe.
Definitely, it's on the it's in the lineup. It'll probably make it tomorrow.
Monica, what were some of the highlights from your breakout?
Oh, so our breakout was so interesting, right? And we talked about so many other things. We even touched on the no-cook corn salad as well. But for the tuna carrot spread, someone mentioned using canned tuna and using different vegetables in there, like celery and some peppers in there as well. And also we actually talked about how we can change our environment, because you just mentioned, Jennifer, one step at a time. And changing our environment is removing all the bad food, or as Kim mentioned, the bully food, right? The ones that bully us, right? Because if you have that bag of potato chips in your house, it will bully you. Come and eat me. Come and eat me now, right? So just removing those foods that we don't want in there and having the healthy stuff. It's definitely one good positive change. And again, we're going one step at a time, right?
Maybe
wonderful.
Yes.
And I actually was sitting in on Kim's group, and Kim, one of the things that I thought that came up a lot in our discussion was, you know, how to stay motivated. And you were talking about the why. So, you know, I think that for the whole group, just talk a little bit about the why, if you don't mind.
Well, my why was finally doing something for me to make me feel good in my skin, and just taking control of something in my life. So that was my why, just being in control. Yeah. So when I did have cravings, or I felt like, oh, I can't do it, I thought about the why. Why are you doing this? You set out to do something, because every time you set out to do something, you didn't succeed. So you set out to do this for you, and this is something that you really want to do to make you feel better, mind, body, and spirit. So that's what I thought about when I was feeling a little down and hungry and had those cravings, but I thought about the why. This is about me. So
yeah, that's really beautiful. So much of what the Myrtle collaboration and is part of this project with First Church is talking about purpose and the why and our calling. And I found myself today telling clients often, I don't know why it was today, probably so I could say this tonight, but I found myself, your why doesn't have to be this big grand project, this big huge event. Sometimes it's just feeling more joy. And when we feel good in our physical body, we can feel more joy. When we're making healthy eating choices, we can feel more joy. So sometimes that's our calling. Okay, so Jackie's going to talk more about next Wednesday, but before we do that, thank you all for this Wednesday. This is just wonderful. And I want to remind everyone that we do need to sign up for each Wednesday night. I also want to remind everyone about the website and the Facebook page. So I'm going to work from the Facebook page tonight because they link together so well. But again, thank you for tonight. The one that you guys need a heads up on is the event that's coming up on Wednesday, May 12th. That is going to be the Sip and Paint dance party and the online games. It's going to be a ton of fun. The Dream Hub is helping host that, and it is a night of relaxation, uplifting music. The painting is going to be a Caribbean-inspired scene. Here's the thing. They are going to send you the painting canvas and the supplies. So you have to sign up by May 1st. So you have to sign up by May 1st. So if you go to the website, or even from our special Facebook group, Breaking Barriers for a Healthy You, if you haven't joined this group, make sure you do, because you can link to the website for everything. So May 1st for that one. Let's do a quick check-in of our calendar. So this is week 2. And I thought this was interesting. So today, Wednesday, drink half your body weight in ounces of water. So if you haven't started yet, you might be up all night, needing to go to the bathroom. But I know, Kim, you talked a lot about how important your water is. So if you didn't get to this today, maybe do that on Thursday. This is just a great tool. There's one for every week. And remembering to meditate. This week, we're meditating on 1 Corinthians 10:13. What temptations do you have to overcome to be well? So just really great calendar. There's one for every week. You can find it on the Facebook page or also on the website. And then the walking groups this weekend. We've got some great photos from last week's walking group. So let me move down here. Karen Forrester, she's going to be at Alley Park, the 76th Avenue entrance at 10 a.m. Jackie's group is going to get started really early at Cunningham Park at 9 a.m. Not really early, but an hour earlier than last week. And I believe Darlene's group is 10 a.m. at Baisley Pond Park. But remember to use the Facebook page. This is a great way for everyone to stay connected and to share and have fun with the photos and to keep up to date on all of the details of the group, and maybe even anything that was shared tonight, we could add, maybe put the recipes there, things like that. I think that's all the updates I had. So I'm going to pass it over to you, Jackie.
All right, let me see if I can. Oh, I'm disabled. I can't share my screen. So I'll just go quickly because it's almost 9 o'clock. Next week coming up, it's all about let's move. It's exercise. So in the lineup, we have Billy Davis, who is a martial arts specialist. We have Fran Conway, who's going to do some yoga. And we also have Donna Wilson, who's going to be our main speaker. She is a specialist, a physical activity specialist, an RN. So she's going to talk to us about how important exercise is. And then in the breakout rooms, you can choose which area. And Donna is going to work out with weights, show you how to use weights to better for movement and how important it is. So you're going to have a choice between the weights, with yoga, and with Billy Davis, which is a karate-inspired workout. So our martial arts inspired workout, I should say, rather than karate. So that's what's coming up next week. So make sure when you register as well, you get a drop-down menu. You're going to choose which one of the rooms you want to go into for next week. So, all right. So that is what's coming up next week. So look out for that and register. All right.
Jackie, before we go, if I could get a chance just to vaccine day this Saturday. So there are 5 places in New York City where the vaccine rates are real low, and one of the places is Southeast Queens. First Church this Saturday, there's an opportunity for people to get vaccine in an environment that is warm and friendly and supportive. And if you have friends, colleagues, family members, or if you haven't taken it and you can, most of us are around. There are a couple of people who are on the call who would have to fly in to come and get the vaccine at First Church. But if you can, please take the opportunity and sign up so that we ensure that no vaccine doses get wasted.
Right, great. All right, so.
If I can add
we're
to that,
gonna-
I just want to say that I have the neighbors on both sides of my house. Both of them are, neither of them want to get the vaccine. They refuse to do it. Across the street from me, I have a 104-year-old neighbor who is not going to get a vaccine either. And it's amazing. It's no amount of talking will get them there. And it's really frustrating.
Oh, yes, Ishmael just put a reminder in the chat to work with, Fran is gonna do a workout, bring a dish towel next week. If you're gonna work with Donna Wilson, she's gonna show you how to use a dish towel in your weight workout. So if you're gonna sign up with Donna, make sure you have a dish towel for next week. All right. So Reverend O'Connor, if there's anything else, we'll close out.
Just saying thank you
Yeah.
to the wonderful presenters, Ms. Rhoda and Ms. Gopaul from Cornell Cooperative Extension, New York City. And as you know, Cornell is part of our future on top of the Citibank building. And so thank you, ladies, for representing what partnership is. And Kim Anderson, thank you for motivating us to drink our water, to get on the scale, to resist the cravings, and to think about our why. And that was special. And we want to thank the Myrtle team who have really worked hard at this. Karen Forrester, Kiara McFarlane, Ishmael Carter, our coach Jennifer Wilson, and we call her quarterback, Jackie Charlton, who ensures that we get it done and stay on track. If you could remember Penny right in your prayers, she goes in for surgery tomorrow, and I told her everything is going to go well because supported us. We're going to support her in prayer. And so say a prayer for her tomorrow. Let me thank everybody. Thank Lucy for effortlessly coordinating us. Lucy, I don't see your face, but I see your hands.
Here.
There you are. Thank you. And we look forward to more collaboration. Let me say a blessing as we close.
Thank you.
Oh God, with gratefulness, we come to you at the close of this day. Thank you for the gift of our bodies, our minds, and our spirits. Thank you for the possibilities that exist within each of us to break through barriers and to achieve good things for ourselves and for our families to be better serve you in the world. We ask you this night to cover every individual, every household, every family represented. And Lord, as you guide us, give us good rest tonight. Take away any anxiety, any stress, any fear, and allow us just to rest, knowing that God has it in control. And tomorrow, oh God, when we open our eyes, give us vibrancy and energy to do great things for you. Bless us now and bless all of us who need you in a special way. In Jesus' name, amen.
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 All right.
Amen.
Thank you,
Amen. Good night.
Amen.
Good night.
Good night. Good night.
Good night, everyone. Good night. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night. Thank you.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.